Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
It's 8 o'clock.
This is Ted Poley of Danger Danger.
This is Lorraine Lewis for the band Femme Fatale.
Hey, this is Kelly Kagan from Night Ranger.
And I am on Decades with Joey Kramer.
You're listening to Joe E. Kramer, Decades.
And you're rocking Decades with my buddy Joey Kramer.
This is where the past comes alive. Hairspray at 8 starts now.
Here we go.
It's all happening.
2 hours of Hairspray at 8, and we're going to just go right off and rag on Kiss right from the beginning.
All righty, our favorite sport.
Yep, Ace Frehley never played the guitar. It was fake the whole time.
Oh, I love a good conspiracy theory.
Do your groove. Hairspray at 8, 2 full hours, kicks off now.
Many years since I was here on the street, I was passing my time away. To the left and to the right, buildings towering to the sky. It's out of sight in the dead of night. Here I am again in this city with a fistful of dollars, and baby, you better believe I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. Back in the New York groove. In the New York groove. In the back of my Cadillac, a wicked lady sitting by my side saying, where are we? Stop at 3rd and 43, exit to the night, it's gonna be ecstasy. This place was meant for me. Ooh, I feel so good tonight. Who cares about tomorrow? So baby, you better believe I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. Back in the New York groove. In the New York groove. I'm back 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 in the New York groove.
How high was your hair? This is Hairspray at 8. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
Hey, brother, I miss you so. You knocked on heaven's door, and we won't see you anymore. It must be great
Halloween right here. I don't want to cry no more. Oh, please. Don't look at me right now.
Man.
All right, we're going to do some trivia in a little while. How about this? This is funny, and I love this. Quiet Riot singer quits. This is a true story. Can't make these things up.
Was this Jizzy Pearl?
It says, and this is the first time I'm reading this, the 80s rock world is kind of like Walmart, only with musicians instead of stock boys or sale clerks. Hey, Bob, Jim won't make it, and he's got a sore throat. So anyway, it goes on and on and on here. I'm looking around, but it says, I should have read this before I went on the air.
Probably.
I'm going to look over this, but it goes through, well, anyway, they're trying to get Jizzy Pearl now back. So
at this rate, I'm going to be the only person left who hasn't sung for Quiet Riot.
I mean, it's such
Frankie,
such
if you're listening,
a joke.
I'm available.
Such a joke. And Kevin Dubrow is probably doing somersaults.
No, he's probably up there
6 feet below.
He's probably up there doing lines with Randy Rhoads. Don't lie.
Oh, dear God. 17 going on crazy. Hairspray at 8.
You're only just 17 and you wonder what's inside you. All the rules I told you, they don't apply to you. But if you start to question your mother screams, she's like, oh, daddy just got home, hey, baby, I don't wanna see
sex never felt so good. This is Hairspray at 8 with Joe E. Kramer.
This is Hairspray. I've done more laughing in the first 20 minutes of this show.
I don't know who he is.
Than I've done.
First of all, he's in a good mood. He's laughing. He just played Bon Jovi, and it wasn't a bathroom
She
break.
Don't Know Me.
You know,
That was 7,800 Fahrenheit.
You hate Bon Jovi.
No, I don't like Bon Jovi after Slippery When Wet. Up
New
to Slippery When
Jersey
Wet,
is
I
a
didn't
great
like.
album.
New Jersey was sat down and he said,
It's
okay.
a terrible place to
I
live.
have
It's a
gotta
great
make,
album.
I am going, nothing's worse when you write an album to make a hit. We're writing, we have to write hits. That's all we have to do is we gotta write hits.
Isn't that the whole point of putting a song on the radio? Is to have
love
a
is
hit?
a bad medicine. Bad medicine is what I need. Whoa.
Hey, do not speak ill of any video that features Sam Kinison.
You were born to be my baby. And anyway, this article I was reading before, it gets better. We're reading it off the air. All about Jizzy Pro coming back to Quiet Riot, but...
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh,
it's absolutely hilarious.
I went all the way through it, but he's going on and on. It's on metalsludge.com. And it says, what is that one part I missed? It says, although Durbin can sing, so could that Delano chick from Rockstar Supernova. I have no idea who that is. Anyway.
I never watched that show.
And she fit into LA Guns about as good as the tough singer fits into his old leather pants and hair extensions.
Any article that rags on Stevie Rochelle,
Anyway,
I give that a thumbs up.
The other part was, to those who complain, it's understood. Frankie Bonelli has missed some Quiet Riot shows. Jerry Dixon missed some Warrant dates. And obviously Don Dokken has missed singing at his shows for years. Sure, he shows up, but it's more talking than singing. Sadly, Don's singing voice is left long ago along with Vince Neil's abs. But to be fair, Don adds air drumming on the regular.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He said, I mean, what's worse, Don talking to songs or Vince Neil belting out, Wolf, Night, Blood, Looks, while tape backgrounds blare through the speaker. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Like I said, I heard that he put on a great show in Quakertown.
I like Motley Crue, I do. But from the time I saw Motley Crue, even when Motley Crue was with Kiss that time, to the time I've seen Vince Neil solo, he's just really gone downhill. I mean, he does this god-awful version of Home Sweet Home solo. I guess apparently it was too expensive to bring a keyboard there to play it, so they do the introduction on the guitar, which sounds horrible. Add in Vince Neil's voice to the mix. And I love Motley Crue, I do, but, you know, I don't know.
I will tell you this, from the time that I went to see...
I want to hear Home Sweet Home the way it sounds. I don't want to hear... I don't want to hear that.
I went to see Vince solo a couple years ago, and my favorite thing about that show was his drummer. His drummer is fantastic to watch. Zoltan Chaney is an entertainer behind the kit.
And Vince is
when he's behind the kit.
He even, since Vince Neil's voice has slowly begun to leave, he's done a lot of, I'm on my microphone out to the audience. Home.
Slowly?
Tonight.
Dude, he's been doing that since like the Theater of Pain tour.
It is what it is. But the difference is when like Paul Stanley does it, he stays at the mic and doesn't sing, and he's still hearing, I feel uptight on a Saturday night. I'm kidding. I love Kiss. I just love ragging on Kiss fans. Sorry, Matt. Kiss Room, by the way, is back, right?
I believe it is, yes.
Kiss Room is back. I got to promote that. It's a wonderful show. And although Matt's head explodes every time I talk about Kiss, he knows I'm doing it just to annoy them. So
I think, well, I mean, you being you,
although
you like to annoy people.
I think Paul Stanley put out the worst solo album out of the four. I don't know. I was trying to think about this the other day. Whose was worse, Peter Criss or Paul Stanley?
Gene's?
No. I'm radioactive.
Didn't he get sued by the Holiday Inn people?
I don't care. His awesome version of When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah, I did that today. Michael Eisner or whoever's in charge of Disney.
And Living in Sin. I'm living in sin. I'm living in sin at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah,
awesome album.
No, I hate that album.
I don't care. All right. More Hairspray at 8 coming up. We are live everywhere in the world. Decades with JoeyKramer.com, the Radio Bold app, and right here on the River 105 and 103.
Come see us and knock on the window and
wave
like
ever
everybody
since
else
this
does.
last surgery, I'm having a horrible time talking. So please don't mind my...
He wasn't that good at it before it either, so...
We'll be back in 60 seconds right here. Hairspray at 8 on the River.
This is Hairspray at 8.
Northeast PA's The River.
Hey, I'm Steve Whiteman from Kicked, and you are rocking and rolling with Joey Kramer on Decades.
Baby, baby.
The generation that put a hole in the ozone. Hairspray at 8 on Decades.
It is Hairspray at 8. Brittany Fox, Dream On, Joey Kramer, Rex Havoc is here, and I'm trying to figure out who Jeff Essex is. Oh, I see he's a drummer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who he's a drummer for. Look that up. Figure out who he drums for.
You got a computer right in front of you.
Drummer at the Rex Manning Experiment. Anyway, he was ripping apart Frankie Bonelli.
Wow. Why should he be any different from us?
Well, I'm just saying because Frankie Banali's not showing up at some of the Quiet Riot
shows.
And he got online and said, it's not really funny, but keep thinking you can gig under the same name and not show up for the gig. I'm sure that will work out well long term. And Alex Grossi said Quiet Riot showed up, and he said, no, Quiet Riot did not. There was one original member of Quiet Riot. That member wasn't there. Therefore, what showed up was a cover band. And Grossi came back and said, legally, we are trademarked as Quiet Riot.
Quiet Riot.
When you have to say that stuff, I mean, okay. This is why I hate.
Awesome.
This is why I hate this stuff.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, you can't have the original singer anymore.
Okay,
He's
fine.
Dead.
I understand that, but if you had one,
I think they should call up Paul Shortino and get back with him.
I mean, Warren, one singer since 2008,
but 4 since they started.
But one since Janie Lane. They've stick with one singer. People are accepting it now.
No. Janie left.
I know.
They brought in
what
Jamie
I'm
St.
saying.
James. Then
what I'm saying.
Janie came back, and then they threw him out again. And if this Robert Mason guy got a better offer, he'd be gone too.
Robert Mason has been in the band for 10 years, 11 years now.
But if he got a better offer, he'd be gone too.
I'm just saying. I mean, if Janie Lane would lay off the...
If
there wouldn't have been a problem, but he was too busy going...
Well, I mean, and, whatever. But, if Frankie Banali called up Robert Mason and said, hey, listen,
you know what?
I got an open spot.
You know what?
What?
The guy up in the Paul Stanley makeup is actually Robert Mason.
I love a good conspiracy theory. Ow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and
What is it
girls,
with you in this
children
thing? You
of
think I
all
forgot?
ages,
Yes.
His Highness
No,
of
I wasn't
Hair,
thinking.
the Guru
I
of Glam,
didn't forget.
the Master of Metal, the immortal and immoral Rex Havoc!
This is Hairspray at 8.
The biggest hits. Forever.
keeping it stiff. This is Hairspray at 8 with Joe E. Kramer.
It is Hairspray. I know the mic. You have to turn the microphone up to talk.
Yeah, you do.
I was too busy looking at these prices of bands. It's incredible how much they get paid.
Yes.
Billy Ray Cyrus still pulls in $60,000 a night.
Okay.
It's just incredible. It's
Wow, You just got done telling me he's had like a number
Well,
one
I'm
song
just
for like
saying.
17 weeks.
Well, he has that Lil Nas X the song that but I mean, still getting sick. The Goo Goo Dolls are still getting $150,000 a night. I mean, they have a lot of hits, but I'm saying you don't think of
Name 3.
the Goo Goo Dolls?
Yeah.
Iris, Long Way Down, Black Balloon.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to keep going?
No. I'm sure they don't want you to keep going either.
But you don't know any of the music by the Goo Goo Dolls?
I have one Goo Goo Dolls song.
They had like 15 top 10 hits.
And it's their cover of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
But you just said it like they don't have any hits.
I didn't say that. I said name 1. Name 3, actually.
I can keep going.
I'm
they had
sure
a ton
you
of
can.
hits. Name 3. Dear God. You know, the Grateful Dead only had 1 hit.
And it lasted 57 years.
Touch of Grey?
No, the acid that they took.
I'm just saying they only had 1 hit song, though.
Oh, well.
They're technically, the Grateful Dead's technically a 1-hit wonder.
Listen, when you talk about the Dead and hits, you really need to specify hit song as to hits of psychotropics.
Spell that.
HITS.
No, not. Forget it. All right, we're gonna go into the second hour of Hairspray at 8 here. Hopefully, it'll be just as smooth. I gotta turn my page to move over here quick.
Actually, technically, that would be THAT, but whatever.
Yeah, that was funny. You have your moments.
I do.
All right, we got more Hairspray at 8 coming. Don't go anywhere. Right here, it's Decades on the River, 105 and 103.5 around the world. Decades with JoeyKramer.com and a Radio Bolt app for your iPhone and Android device. More coming at you. Second hour of Hairspray at 8.
It's 9 o'clock.
Hi, this is Chip Snuff, and you're listening to Decades.
Hey, everybody, this is Janet Gardner from Vixen, and you are listening to Decades.
Hey, everybody, how you doing? This is Billy Childs from Brittany Fox, and you're listening to Decades.
This is where the past comes alive. Hairspray at 8 starts now.
This is where the DJ talks. Okay, eh?
Take off, poser.
All right, what I forgot to say this hour, Mark Gus Scott has a solo song out.
Wow.
And he sent me a copy. It's gonna be released this coming week, but he sent me a copy of it. It's called With You, and I'm gonna play that before the commercial break.
Okay.
So it's something different. It's different. I like it, but it's different. It's not Trickster.
Is it country? Because
no, I don't know. I don't know what.
You rag on certain other Jersey people who may have released a country album.
Well, Mark lives in Phoenix now, so.
Oh yeah, that's not country at all.
It's not bad medicine. Whoa! Motley Crue. Dig that Vince Neil voice. Don't choke over there.
high was your hair? This is Hairspray at 8. This is Decades with Joe E. Kramer.
I got a picture of your house, and you're standing by the door. It's black and white and faded. It's looking through the wall. I see the factory that I worked, silhouetted in the back. The memories are gray, but man, they're really coming back. I don't need to be the king of the world, as long as I'm the hero of this little girl. Heaven isn't too far away, closer to it every day. No matter what your friends might say, how I love the way you move and the sparkle in your eyes. There's a color deep inside of like a blue suburban sky. When I come home late at night and you're in bed asleep, I'll wrap my arms around you so I can feel you breathe. And I don't need to be a Superman, as long as you will always be my biggest fan. Heaven isn't too far away, closer to it every day. No matter what your friends might say, we'll find our way. Oh yeah. Now the lights are going out along the boulevard. Memories come rushing back and it makes it pretty hard. I got nowhere left to go. No one really cares. I don't know what to do, but I'm never giving up on you.
Voice for that.
No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
No.
Hey, incidentally, big news. Okay, coming up on my birthday weekend, which is September 28th, the 27th. The Sam will be back. Singing with the Sam will return for that weekend. Ooh. So it's always. We also have the Halloween shows coming up on October 26th. The Paranormal Investigators will be here for that.
Oh, the Halloween show.
And Mr. Johnny Mathis has confirmed he will be back with me this Christmas again. What a guy.
Yeah, he's another one of those nice guys in music.
5 years in a row, and I never have a hard time getting... There's people that I've tried to get interviews with for years that will not give me... I guess,
Who treat you like I treat you?
They think their crap smells better than mine or something.
Wow, it depends on what I had for lunch.
I guess. I don't know. But, some of them will do it. But Johnny Mathis, every year, what a gay. He's 82 years old, and he's still out there he's doing something like 40 shows this year. So
still wearing those ugly Christmas sweaters?
Yeah, I told him about that. I still said you still got those ugly sweaters.
Oh, man.
He has a great sense of humor, though. So, all right. How late you staying tonight anyway?
I don't know.
Because we're going to do trivia coming up.
Oh, cool, trivia.
I want to play some more music, so. All right. Skid Row, Midnight, Tornado, Hairspray, and 2 hours. All right, we got to announce this thing. This is so unprofessional tonight. This is what happens when you're here.
Why is it always my fault?
Because I'm talking.
Listen, you're the one
telling
who's
stories.
You're the one who's throwing around metal
Oh,
credit cards.
the Apple card is awesome. And I don't like Apple computers. I have my iPhone, but I love Windows. But my iPhone I love, and they got the Apple. This is what happens when I watch TV. I just order stuff.
My computer is Windows. The only Apple products I own are a couple iPods.
My iPhone is the one I like. Anyway,
iPods and iPad. But
Marcus Scott has a new song.
All right.
We're going to play it now.
Okay.
Are you ready? It's
Not
different.
really.
It's different. Wait.
So's Mark, but, you know,
Oh,
whatever.
Mark's great, though.
He is. He's just different.
Yeah, Mark drinks a lot of coffee.
Yes, he does.
There's no doubt about it. I'm trying to get something up here. Here we go. I got to put an intro in here.
Sure.
Hey, it's Mark Guscott from Trickster, and you're listening to Decades with Joey Kramer, my man. Turn it up, baby. Come on.
All right, new Marcus Scott right here. It's called With You.
Come with me and run away. A broken heart has made me see just how much love means to me. And I know your touch will make me whole again. And I'll be strong for you. But until then, bring me to my knees. And I wait for you. And I wait for you. Is there something I can say to bring back yesterday? Let the feeling take you away like a giant tidal wave. There's nothing else I wanna do. I just wanna be with you. I 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 wanna be with you. Come with me. I wanna be with you. Believe in every word I say. Love my life in every way. Can it grow stronger? Can't you see? Come with me and run away. Is there something I can say? Don't you bring back yesterday. Let the feeling take you to where we go. Baby, let me hear you say, I just wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Come with me. I wanna be with you. With you. With you. It's been so long, things are still the same. A broken heart, my love won't take. Wishing I were looking into your eyes and making love with you. I fantasize. In the middle of the night, I still call out your name. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you.
right, there you have it. Hairspray at 8. Mark Scott, the drummer of Trickster and With You, and Samsung was behind that. I guess he recorded it all on a Samsung Galaxy. He was on the show a few weeks back. Well, actually back in June before I went in for my surgery. I had him on. So
he's a good dude.
One of the greatest guys. I mean,
definitely different.
Nothing I could say. It is. It doesn't sound like Trickster.
Oh no!
I mean, it's definitely something different.
There's no.
Gotta love Mark.
Yeah, there's no mistaking that for Trickster.
There was something I wanted to say, and now it just went out the other way.
Well,
I can't even remember what I was going to talk about here.
Weren't we going to talk about the Gene Simmons $5 million last year?
Oh, the Gene. This is something I looked up on the internet here. Not that you believe everything that's on the internet, but when it comes to Gene Simmons, I definitely do. Without a doubt. Gene Simmons last year did 50 shows, earned $5 million doing 50 solo shows. $5 million. Now, if you'd like to have dinner with Gene, $50,000. But don't expect him to pick up the tab.
How much is it if he picks up the tab?
I don't think he won't. $50,000 dinner, and he'll play some tunes. $50,000. I guess if you have that money to throw away, I mean, if you're a millionaire, you got to realize, and I say this to my wife all the time, if you are making millions of dollars, spending $50,000 is like us spending $100. Although she can't spend $100, she goes crazy writing checks for $100. But I
was told the other day I spend money like water.
She tells me that all the time. I'm not big on. I mean, I save, I put money away, but I could. She has a hard time. Our hot water heater broke. After she told me, and then this is another thing. She was telling me for months, the water's dirty. The hot water heater. I said, Jen, there's nothing wrong with the hot water heater. Well, sure enough,
it broke.
Last week, I get up in the morning. It was like 5:30. My dog wanted to go out, or no, my cat actually was meowing by me. And she took off downstairs to go down the basement to her litter box. Well, she went downstairs, and I heard, "Roar!" And she came running back upstairs. And I'm looking downstairs, and I could see I turned the light on, and I could see like waves of water. And I'm thinking, wow, that's weird. And I feel all this heat coming up. And I walked downstairs. There was like 4 inches of water. That thing was just spraying everywhere. But it was $815 for the new. Her hand was shaking writing the check.
Wow.
And of course, then I told you. Women, this was on TV. Women are, when it comes to a husband and wife or a girlfriend and boyfriend, women are 90% right.
And the other 10% of the time, you're mistaken.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't even fight anymore. All right, more Hairspray at 8 coming up. 2 hours we're doing tonight. We got some Ozzy Osbourne. We're going to do some Kiss. And then
more Kiss?
Well, we did Ace Frehley.
But technically, that's
I know, but 2 hours, 2 Kiss. And
okay,
it's from a Live 3. I like the live stuff. So it's all coming up right here. Hairspray at 8. We will be back in less than 2 minutes. Hang on.
This is Hairspray at 8.
Northeast PA's the river. The moon. Years spent in torment, buried in a nameless grave. Now he has risen, miracles would have to save those that the beast is looking
Hairspray at 8 on Decades.
That goes down as not, I understand when these bands are all over the place, but when they were up here at Montage and Paul Stanley gets on there and says, "Let me hear you, it was from Erie," and it was like,
I remember that.
Paul, this is Scranton. We're about 5 hours away from Erie.
I remember that. Anybody here from Scranton? Anybody here from Wilkes-Barre?
How about Erie?
Anybody here from Erie? Crickets. Crickets.
You know, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. This is a little song called Love Gun. And then, but now he forgets to get over to the mic in time and it starts singing. It's like, oh man. That was my favorite Alive album, by the way. Alive 3 I loved, and the Symphony album I liked too. But Alive 3, I know this is going to make people's head explode, but I liked Alive 3 better than I liked Alive 2. Alive 1, I think, was their best. The first Alive album I loved. Alive 2, Alive 3 I loved.
I thought
And
Alive 2
I
was
loved,
just a redoing of Alive.
I loved it with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. That was
I've never actually heard that one.
that one I did love.
But I liked Alive 3.
So there's my 2 cents on the Alive albums.
Sure.
Anyway, Tom Kiefer's album came out on Friday. Rise. I played his new song again last week, but
Cinderella Light, you mean?
what?
Cinderella Light, you mean?
Yeah, it's hardish.
Yeah.
He'll be on the show with us probably end of this month or early
I'll be on
October.
the show with you, buddy. I won't be here.
You'll be in Mexico or wherever you're going.
Si, senor.
And like I said, I'll start a GoFundMe page.
mucho dinero.
How much hairspray do you use? This is Hairspray at 8 on Decades.
the generation that put a hole in the ozone. Hairspray at 8 on Decades.
right here on Decades. That was his big comeback hit in 1988. I still like He's Back. The man behind the mask. He's back.
Don't sing. Don't sing.
I have to figure out what we're
I
gonna
have to listen to it. Don't sing.
If it's some type of hair metal song, I could do it.
No.
Now, we've done versions of, we did Bohemian Rhapsody, which was a little bit of a train wreck. But Don't Stop Believin' was pretty awesome. We had people out here, we were singing it, and they were, don't stop believing.
That's because it's white girl crack.
I'm just saying, get all hyped up.
Sure.
All right, we're running behind again. You always do this to me. You make,
it's
you
always
make me run behind.
You're the one going off on tangents over there, it's my fault.
I'm not going off on any tangent. That's off the air. That's not here.
Yeah, you're the one over there singing "Don't Stop Believing," and it's my fault.
I like "Don't Stop Believing."
Thought we were doing trivia.
We are. Are you going anywhere?
Not at the moment.
Well, I know you're not going to leave yet, so...
there's a slot machine out there
okay,
calling
well,
my name.
You could leave at 11. So during the 10 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia.
All right.
All right?
Pay attention, y'all. We're going to do trivia.
I don't want to take away from your social life.
I don't have a social life. You have more of a social life than
All
I
right,
do.
we got
My
more...
social life is in New Jersey in a dance club at the moment.
Oh, dear God. All right, we got more coming up. We're going to do Michael Jackson, Benny Mardones, Hall & Oates, and a lost track from...
can we get her back here? She was kind of cute.
And a lost track from Tiffany from her second album. We'll do that one, too. One of my favorites by her. All coming up right here. It's Decades on the River, 105 and 103.5 around the world. Decades with JoeyKramer.com. And the Radio Bold app for your iPhone or Android device. More Decades coming up. Hang on.